This line of T-posts is going to be part of the electric fence. You may have noticed the spacing is about 3 or 4 times as great as the field fence that I did before. This fence is not going to depend on physical strength. It's just going to hold electric wires. The electricity is what's going to keep the goats contained, we hope. Clyde's gonna get it. Oh, God damn it! He leaped right into it.
Well, that's why you have to train him to it.
Okay. Test number 1 didn't work so well.
Brian, this thing above your head that you just swiped your hat with.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
You just hit your hat with it, you idiot.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's good to know my head is insulated. It's off! Test number 2. The goat ran through the wire again and broke the wire this time. These wires are a little loose right now. Cranberry, one of our smallest goats, slipped underneath. And while we were trying to herd her back, our dog Eros got a little excited and ran right through the wires here and kind of broke them. So the electric fence idea probably will eventually work. It just takes a little bit of adapting for our animals and for us probably. Wendy wants me to cut down this big cedar behind me. Number 1, she thinks it's pretty ugly. Number 2, it looks like it's going to be in the way of our electric fence. That second reason is probably more important. My plan of attack is to cut down and drag off the lower branches so I can see a little bit better and take down the main tree in more of a safe way. Let me give you a closer look. It's a pretty tangled mess in there. I'm not sure if this cedar is part of the same root structure as that old stump. If it is, it's a real survivor. And will it survive this massacre? Only time will tell. Kind of hard to see, but there's a separate, smaller tree there. That one's going to have to go too. Come on, Blue. Come on. Blue. Come on, Blue. Have the other goats been picking on you? They have. One of Blue's very favorite things to do had been to jump up on this fence and get his special treats. He's learned the hard way not to do that now that this top wire is electrified. Our thought behind electrifying the top wire of the perimeter of our enclosures is primarily to keep wildlife from jumping into them. But if it also keeps our goats from messing too much with the field fence from the inside, that's probably a good thing too. My contributions to the electric fence have been sporadic and minimal, I'd say. Wendy really has taken the lead on this project. She put out all the fasteners for the wire and strung the strings out, and she's really done a good job on this. We put out this interior fence, so if we need to, we can segregate our goats into this little area if we ever have to do something out here. It's also a good training ground for the goats so they can get used to electric fences while they're still in their enclosure before we just let them out into the pasture where they might run off to who knows where. Wendy and I have gone back and forth about how best to run the electric fence here on the northeast quadrant of our property. I was more in favor of a really long straight fence, but there is kind of a tangled mess and another big tree obstacle in our way. So I think what we're going to do is have kind of one little jog in that fence. We both like the idea of using a big dead tree down there as the corner post, and from there it'll go across almost to the edge of our property line. We want to keep a lane open around the perimeter or along the perimeter so we can brush hog back there and do things without actually having to get in with the goats sometimes. This area will really open a lot of pasture, particularly for our bucks. We're looking forward to that. Windy wired up this electric fence a while back. I just brush hogged the front of our property up there. So this is a good opportunity to show how we get through the gate with vehicles. Each of these four wires is just held on with tension. There is electricity running through these wires right now, and there will be until I remove that last handle. So I'm going to do it carefully because I don't want to get shocked. Incidentally, here's a little repair. Where one of our goats broke it going through the fence. Some of the goats take a little longer to figure this out than others. I've set T-posts in the corners and laid out string to establish the footprint of the fence out here. This is that dead tree we're using as a corner post. We're going to connect to this living tree, and then from here just angle right back to the corner of our buck enclosure. The T-post that will fill in along the string won't necessarily be spaced evenly. As the terrain rises and falls a little more drastically in some places than others, it's probably a good idea to have T-posts a little closer together so you don't have gaps, especially along the bottom line that follows the ground. Thanks for watching. Remember, your dreams are closer than the moon. Thanks for taking this trip around the moon with us.